Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Donnelly, and I'm here to talk to you about these videos that we're going to use a lot this year in English 10 to present information, especially to help you guys see a skill that we want you to learn. So you're going to have a number of videos over the course of the year, either made by me or Miss Hunter or by another English teacher. And what we're going to do in the videos is we're going to show you a particular skill that we want you guys to practice, a reading skill or a writing skill or something like that. And you'll be able to watch the video. You may watch it as many times as you like. So it's really helpful in case you miss class and you need to get the information. It can be really helpful when you're practicing a particular skill and maybe you don't really remember how to do it. You can review it. You're welcome to share it with your parents or a support teacher or a tutor or anybody who's helping you with an assignment. So these videos are really helpful for a lot of reasons, and that's why we chose to present a lot of the skills that we're going to be doing this year with these videos. So the skill that we're going to be practicing today is making thoughtful annotations as we read a piece of text. Specifically, we're going to be focusing on identifying important pieces of information and paraphrasing, which is the same as putting the text into your own words as you read. So this passage is about a golden record, like a music record, that was included on the Voyager space mission and was kind of sent off into space. What this passage does is it talks about why they sent this recording into space and what they put on the recording. So as I read, I'm going to be thinking about what they actually put on the recording and why they put these things on the recording. And I'm also going to be making sure that I can paraphrase or I can put the text back into my own words to myself. So here I go. I'm going to start reading. We inhabit a small planet orbiting a medium-sized star about 2/3 of the way from the center of the Milky Way galaxy. So it seems like the main point here is that the Earth is really small relative to the rest of the world. So I'm just going to not the rest of the world, to outer space. In cosmic terms, we are tiny. We're the galaxy the size of a typical record. That's actually a typo. The sun and all its planets would fit inside an atom's width. So I can kind of visualize that record and think about a tiny little pinpoint within that. So continuing on this idea of the Earth is really small compared to outer space. Yet there's something in us so expansive that 4 decades ago, we made a time capsule full of music and photographs from Earth and flung it out into the universe. So that must be a reference to the Voyager and the records. Okay, and this is actually, I think, a picture of the records or of the case that the records are in. So we know that there are these time capsules with the records and also with pictures. The time capsules, really a pair of phonograph records, were launched aboard the twin Voyager space probes in August and September of 1977. The craft spent 13 years circling the sun's outer planets, beaming back valuable data and images of incomparable beauty. So, seems to kind of be basic information. It went out into space about 40 years ago, circled the planet, sent back info. Today, the probes are so distant that their radio signals, traveling at the speed of light, take more than 15 hours to reach Earth. I don't really know much about the physics of this, but this seems like they are really far away. So I'm just going to write that in my little note. All right. They arrive with a strength of under a millionth of a billionth of a watt, so weak that the three dish antennas of the Deep Space Network's interplanetary tracking system in California, Spain, and Australia had to be enlarged to stay in touch with them. So yeah, this idea, this under a millionth of a billionth of a watt, seems to support that idea, right? That the Voyager probes are now really far away. So yeah, that kind of supports that. So I'll make a little arrow there. So we haven't really gotten into yet this the first question of identifying important pieces on the record, but that's something I want you to be looking for as you go forward. What we've really been doing so far is paraphrasing the text, which, as you guys know from last year, is a really important skill, and a skill that we're going to continue practicing as we read more and more challenging texts. So now it's your turn. I want you to finish up reading the rest of this passage, paying attention to those questions, and then we're going to have a writing prompt for you that's going to go along with this. So as you're reading, just think about what's actually on the record and why those things matter.